Well,
Yeah, perfect.
let's start with you first. So we'll start with you and then lead into the band.
Sure. So like for me, I started like making music when I was like 13 or 14 or something. I think I got inspired by Muse. I wanted to play piano and bass, and I was really yeah, inspired by that, and started learning those songs by myself. And yeah, then shortly after that, I got into heavier music, like with Machine Head, with Rammstein, with yeah, other heavy bands, Trivium, and then I got into the scene. So that was like the transition from this more rock style into like heavier music, and yeah, started a band with the guitarist who's still in this band right now, in Lost in Hollywood. We like were in a band together for like 5 or 6 years. Nothing professional, but just for fun. Or we thought we would be professionals, but yeah, it was just not that good, to be honest. But yeah, then I think in after some years without doing like metal or rock or something like that, we yeah, said to ourselves like, let's try one more time and go as hard as we can and see what we can get out of this. And then yeah, then we started this band, Lost in Hollywood. So this was my like yeah, past and how I got into this band and how we started this band. Yeah, I think maybe that's a good start for the interview. I'm not sure how much I should go on with that, but yeah, just let me know.
That's totally on you. It's your story to tell.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, okay, just to the beginning of the band, like I was living with the guitarist at that time, and we started like producing our first songs, everything by ourselves, and yeah, didn't know anything about the music industry really, or hadn't the background and the yeah, all the network, but got to know the right people. So yeah, that started like I think in 2022 officially. Yeah, okay. So uh, when we started, we weren't that of a scene. We weren't that much of a scene, and we were just like doing like alternative with some heavier elements, but we yeah always experimented with heavier elements, and then did a cover of "Lovely" by Billie Eilish, which was like super um, like how do you say it? We didn't plan on doing it, but we just released the chorus on TikTok and Instagram, and it got some more traction than the other songs. And yeah, that was the first time we like really decided, okay, let's go, let's lean more into like heavier music and maybe try some screams and stuff like that. I didn't do that before. And yeah, that song like worked quite well for us. Our bassist saw that and then joined the band, and yeah, that like I think opened up a lot of things for us. The first like distribution deal with Blood Blast, which is like a part of Nuclear Blast, and yeah, then we tried our best at doing our first album, which came out in late 2024. It was called The Beauty of Death, and yeah, that was like for us quite successful. We were super happy with it because like finally got some attention by the industry, and yeah, that worked quite well for us, and we're super proud of it because like we did everything ourselves. And I think that was also like very important for a rising empire who saw like what we wanted to do. And yeah, I think we signed with them last year in March, I guess, and decided to do the next studio album right away.
So overall, you said you formed in 2023, but there was some story behind it as well.
Yes.
And so in some ways, it's been a longer journey. But as far as this specific band, you're still relatively new, but yet you've already done quite a bit and you've grown quite a bit. Um,
Yes, you're right.
what what made you decide to do the Billie Eilish cover?
It was actually my ex-girlfriend or then girlfriend at the time. like who showed me the song and said, "Man, I would love to hear you guys cover it. Why don't you try it?" And at first, I wasn't that convinced, but yeah, did some like I wrote something here, produced something myself, and thought, okay, that could work. And we didn't plan on doing the whole song. We just wanted to put out the chorus and see how it goes. But then, like after 1 or 2 weeks, the reaction was quite good, and then we said, okay, let's do the full song. Why not? And yeah, we didn't release it through any major distribution or label or something. We just put it out via DistroKid,
Mhm.
and that worked quite well. So um, yeah, I think that was quite important for us, like to find our sound and say, okay, even if that isn't the heaviest form of metalcore, it was more like into alternative and stuff like. But we knew, okay, let's try this direction more, and it was a lot of fun, and we stuck with it. Yeah.
Were you when you were initially becoming a band, were you wanting to be more on the heavy side? Was that the goal, and then you just kind of became more melodic, or
I think it was the other way around. We always thought, okay, let's not get too heavy. Let's be like this melodic rock alternative band. But yeah, we to be honest, we weren't true to ourselves because like we love heavy music. We listen to a lot of heavy stuff and always loved the influence. And I think it became more apparent that we should go that way when our bassist joined because like he's also into super heavy music and said, "Hey, guys, I love what we're doing, but like let's go a little bit further and try something out." And we're still not a very heavy band, to be honest. It's not that heavy, but we like the mix between those softer elements and some breakdowns. And I always wanted to learn how to scream, and I just started like teaching it myself when we started the band. So it's still a very um, challenging process for me, but I really enjoy it. And I think in the future there will be more heavy parts and more screaming and stuff like that. So I'm still developing into it.
badass?
Yeah.
Now, vocally, melodically, and the heavier side, who has been your your guidance? Who have you been kind of modeling yourself after, and who's been influencing you?
I think right now one of my biggest influences is the singer of Sachi Six. I'm not sure if it's pronounced that way, but I think so. It's uh, but regarding the vocal style, that is more like inspiration for the clean vocals. And yeah, for the heavier vocals, I'm a big fan of Noah Sebastian, like who, of course, Bad Omens isn't that heavy right now, but he still is a great vocalist, even on the heavier side. And yeah, I think that is a big inspiration. And of course, like I think when we started the band, like I looked up a lot to the vocals of Ronnie Radke, like either clean singing or the harsh vocals. Like it, you can say about that guy what you want, but like he can sing very very good and shouts very very good. So yeah, really look up to this kind of style. Yeah.
All right. Uh, Now, on the more personal side of things, being in Germany, um, what's the music scene like there around where you are?
I think in Germany there isn't such a thing as the role of the part of Germany isn't that influential. Like there is a German scene which is I think growing and quite well right now. Like there are a lot of very cool bands who are like breaking through and getting more attention also internationally. I couldn't say that there is a Hamburg scene that is specific in a certain kind of sound, but of course there are local bands here. And last year we played a local metalcore festival, and at first we weren't sure if are that many people who want to show up to that kind of local scene festival, but it was like full house, everyone was there. It was so cool to see that the scene is alive and well. And yeah, we work, I think the German scene is very much connected. So like a lot of like band members of bigger German metalcore bands like Au Mirage or like NSOK are also producers who like produce a lot of the smaller bands of the scene. So there's quite a good connection between everyone. And yeah, I think we gained a lot of support by those bands and made some cool friends like um, uh, for example, like the singer of NSOK is like is mastering our album and master our album, and we worked with a lot of artists from other German metalcore bands together to write songs and yeah, get some feedback for our music. Yeah,
Fantastic. It's good that you got some local support there.
yeah, that's we're super blessed.
What was your first concert that you ever attended?
Well, that's a good question. I think it was at least the one that I can remember was like this Irish punk band, Flogging Molly. I'm
Hmm.
not sure if you know them.
Yeah.
I think they're from LA. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think I saw them when I was like 15 years old. Because like before that, I haven't been to many concerts. I think that was the first one for me. Um, I didn't listen to them for. I haven't listened to them like for quite some time now. But yeah, maybe I tried today. Uh, but yeah, good question. I didn't think about that for quite some time.
Um, Ironically, see, at my first concert, um, I was 14, and that was way back in 2001. My first concert was
Ah,
Ramstein. So,
oh, crazy.
hell of a first
That
concert,
was
right?
that must have been an amazing time to see them. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Where did you see them?
In LA, that's where I'm from originally. So, I saw them at
Like,
in Hollywood, and it's actually the only time I've been to that venue. It's called the Palace, and it's not a very big place. I mean, it maybe holds, I don't know, somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 people, just like a bigger a club theater kind of thing. And but they had all the
crazy.
fireworks and pyro and everything, and they hadn't blown up yet. So it it was a good time. It was. I haven't
Yeah, I
forgotten it at all.
imagine. I can imagine. Like that's must have been very special. Like memory. Yeah, that's cool. That's sick.
If I came to Hamburg, what would you recommend for me to do? Like, if I wanted to check out uh, restaurants or history and culture and stuff, like, what would you recommend that I went to?
I think Hamburg is quite famous for the harbor. That would be, I think, a cool. I could do a harbor trip and stuff like that. And the whole like what is left because like a lot of it was destroyed during World War II, but is like the majority of it is like at the harbor, and you can walk like for 2 hours like and still not leave the beautiful parts of Hamburg because everything is around the harbor and stuff like that. Would recommend that. And yeah, I think places to eat. There are a lot of places I myself enjoy. So I think if you're here, just hit me up and I tell you the best place you could go because like there are a lot of places and for every occasion there is something. But yeah, I think myself I enjoy a lot of like walking at the harbor because like there's also Long Beach. It's a big river running through Hamburg. So yeah, I think. That's if the weather is good, then that is the place to be.
Awesome. I plan on it. I love traveling. I've only been to Italy so far, as far as overseas. Went to Rome and Florence, but
Oh yeah, beautiful.
I would absolutely love to check out Germany. My freshman year in high school, I took German, and
Ah, sick.
I wanted to take it all through high school, but I ended up moving, and every school I went to after only had French and Spanish, and I was like, well, I want German, like that's why I took it, and so I never got to finish my full course of it, but uh, part of the reason why I took it was because of Ramstein. Like I was already well into them and already seen them live and everything, so I was like, yeah, that's a cool language to take. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah, if you just hit me up.
for sure I hope that it's very possible within the next few years. I got a lot of things I'm working on. So now as far as where have you traveled? Where would you like to go? Where would you love to play?
It was such a cool experience. Um, but I just saw like Miami and a bit of the the area around it. So we are of course talking a lot about like touring outside of Germany, and I think the US is our number one destination for that. Like would love to have like a road trip through the whole country and like play shows on the way. That would be super cool. Maybe in 2028, like we thought about it, and I think next year is still too early for us because like it's super expensive, and if you don't have such a large fan base there, it doesn't make any sense. But maybe yeah, in 2028, let's see how the journey of us develops, and weather, mountains, and snow and stuff like that. But yeah, that's uh, that's yeah, that's about it. I think. Of course, a lot of other places too, but like the United States would be great. Yeah,
I think you'd have a hell of a time here, especially if you find the right bands to tour with. Because it's all about your friends on the road. Um, I just
you're right.
recently interviewed Soulbound, and in the past I've interviewed Oomph and Caliban, and uh, not just because of Ramstein. I
Ah,
grew up
okay.
I grew
Ah,
up
that's
loving
cool.
Scorpions, and my stepdad growing up, he loved Accept, and so like I've always had some German stuff floating around me, and I got into Creator and Destruction and Sodom, and very very well versed in all the good metal that comes out of there.
Ah, crazy.
Yeah, I hope you guys are able to come over sooner than later and make some memories, and hopefully by then you have even more new music to come out. And I've got your album sitting in my inbox right now. I'm gonna check it out after we talk. And yeah, I very much look forward to watching you guys continue to rise, because so you're a new band, but you've already had a lot going on, and it's cool to see. And uh, also, being enthusiastic and motivated and doing your passion. You as long as you care about what you're doing, it's going to go far.
More music and tour as much as we can, and yeah, maybe someday also come to the US. And if we do so, like let's connect and then hope you come to a show.
Absolutely, man. I would love that. And
Perfect.
I've got plenty of things that I can tell you, food and otherwise, stuff that you should definitely check out. There's it's a big place over here, so there's plenty to see, and every state is different in its own way, and there's different regions of the country that they all have their own way of things. And yeah, I think uh, I think you'll have a blast.
Yeah, I hope so, man. Like we're looking forward to it. Who knows when, but yeah, super hyped.
All right, sir. I I want to thank you for your time, and I appreciate you chatting with me. I already followed the band page on Instagram. I'm glad you guys came my way, and I got to check you out and then get to talk to you. So, said I appreciate you. and I look forward to seeing everything that happens.
Thanks for reaching out and doing this interview with us. And if you need anything, just hit us up. And if you post anything, just tag us, and we take it from there.
Awesome, dude. Thank you, sir.
Perfect. Thank you so much. See ya.
Take care, man.